Previously on Danganronpa.
At this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
What?
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Alright, guys. The time for talk is done, and now we begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
In the name of my family. At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. That makes a lot of sense. Coffee with cream without the coffee, or without the cream or coffee. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. You're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power and figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Aww.
Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I'm mostly totally useless.
okay.
So, I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in a surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Indeed. I thought she had already left. I was like, us too. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're gonna go do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so,
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors of the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Investigate. All right. I guess I'll start by taking another look at the Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mikosaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and the door in the data center with the Monokumo's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms, where the gate was down before. We should be open. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the Tooth Bullet section of your handbook. That's a lot of shit, guys. However, I'm gonna start with the dorms, I think. Just because we're right here. Oh, man. I got some hazelnut coffee, but they put like a syrup in it instead, and it's just way overpowering. It's like very sweet. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Oh no. Holy shit. This is the second floor dorms? Looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Holy crap. Ah, staircase. Yeah, they put some like weird syrup in there and it's very sweet. Wow. Oh, how do I get rid of that? I didn't mean to do that, thank you. Like, where did all this rubble come from? Because it's... I mean, the ceiling's all still... They're all still intact, so... Check out this room, I guess. Yikes, guys. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it doesn't look torn apart. It just has blood on it. The pillow's still there. It looks like the sheets are still tucked in. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. That's right, we have a bunch of those. Anything else in this beast? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Creepy. There's like a... I think it'll go with the women's bathroom. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. How gentlemanly of Makoto. The bathroom is like very pristine. It's very pristine. Holy crap. Everything else is just a disaster, and then you have that. What the hell? The hell? I forget whose eye that is, but it's a Egyptian hieroglyph. This room is full of lockers. It must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Guys, wasn't I saying the class before us? I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. I mean, I guess it would make sense regardless. It's like not that much of a revelation that this was the class before us. There's a metal plate mounted onto the locker. There's no way to get it open. I don't think this locker's gonna open. Trying to get all of them? There's this one too. I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the lockers room on the second floor of the school. And if you have to use your e-handbook to open those, so does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran it across the key reader. Or the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Oh, you know what we should check? You know what you should check? The body again. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. No luck. All right, check back in later with me as we as we go through all these. I feel like it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again, but you never know. You never know. There's nobody get open. Okay. Over the one on the end here. Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be the same thing. But I want to make sure I do my due diligence. Can't imagine a way to get this locker open. I'm not going to bother trying. And then this last one, which is just a metal plate. Hey, at least we got something out of that. All right. Let's bounce. Alright, so that was that room. I can't look at any of this blood. Also, did my options get reset? Oh, that's not what I wanted. What? Or was I able? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what, was I ever able to? Oh, what's this room? Oh, is this the headmaster's room? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room, like you know, like bedroom. It has more of a adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
And I've been going through several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not even sure you can call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all the paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Let's talk to her real quick then. think I might know how to open it, but that's where I got
Correct.
stuck. Which is the regret I mentioned. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's got some alcohol here. That's a leather chair, though. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Okay. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC has some research results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However,
There is not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. The group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
however...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands
Correct.
on. I see. It's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. They are so creepy looking. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if you want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of, like her birthday, for example. What about your name? Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Let's try it.
it would seem...
I think I saw a program on the PC that may control the door. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. Okay.
however...
Yeah, okay, okay. So we have to go on the PC then. To the PC! Or not. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. With spaces? What if he spelled her name wrong? My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Bingo! I mean, I feel like it would be pretty obvious. Otherwise, this whole thing was just a wasted scene. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared in the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko! Let's go! Oh no, it's a little picture of her as a kid. It's so sad. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. There's also that weird present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. This room's also really reminiscent to that secret room we found. Talk to her real quick. She was right. It was unusual, and she couldn't stop looking at it. No, not just looking, glaring. better check out the suspicious present before I do anything. Okay, alright, alright. Dude, I will flip out if it's like a Monokuma, like, plushie. You know, like a stuffed animal, not the crazy one. There, a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Wow, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it's what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll all be happy to see. Like, is it our dead dad's head? What's in the box? Wait, so, you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside. And... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a tremble and cry. Oh, shit. I was sort of right. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, how could... Wait, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? It's her dad's bones, guys. Her dad's bones. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box? My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? She's not gonna get her closure now. Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know it's that's him? Ugh. Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Got like a lump in my throat. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just a thought, so she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride in order to enter Hope's Peak. I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. So sad. Let's start over here then. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch any Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because
Never let anything get in the way of investigation. I don't. Okay. And if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're
it
probably
would
right.
seem-
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Guys, we can use it to open up the lockers. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. That's not a filing cabinet. That's like a dresser or a whatever. A wardrobe, but not really a wardrobe. Wardrobes open up, right? Like doors. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. Are we just gonna keep asking her for permission? I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business or legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now, if...
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Huh? This picture? That's so cute. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko?
Why would you...
Oh, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... So cute. And I'll find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Photo of Kyoko and the headmaster has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. All I know is it only inconveniences you that much more, but...
Hey,
Could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him? Maybe he hoped to see... I'm sorry. Maybe that picture motivated him? Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then, I'll see you later. Whoa, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But were we wrong about that? The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the headmaster's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people that take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And according to me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones left still alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Oh my god. I mean, is it possible one of the dead students isn't actually dead? Right? That's the only other possibility. Is that either that dead body that we saw is not actually dead. I mean, it's like it could be, it's like somebody else's recycled dead body. So it's not Mukuro. Or one of the students that died before isn't necessarily dead. That is Mukuro's body. Or it's one of us. Like, I feel like that's like one of those are the only 3 possibilities right now. Is that it's one of the previously thought to be dead students. It's Mukuro. Or it's one of us. I think that's it. I'm really interested to check out the lockers, but we'll do that next episode. Until then, guys, see you later. See you later. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. Stop by Premiere Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 2 p.m. EDT right here for more Danganronpa content. Until next time, go forth the rest of your day, make it a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.